right, so another fun full body workout for you. You will need dumbbells if you have them. Otherwise, you could just make it a simple body weight workout. We will be working for time. So we will have 2 exercise sections where we're working for 40 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest, and we'll flip-flop between those 2 exercises until we've done 3 of each. And then we will have a small little finisher at the very end. And there are, just so you know, 5 different 2 exercise sets that we're going to accomplish. So if you don't have your dumbbells yet, go ahead and grab those. Have some space on the ground. Hopefully you've warmed up, and we're gonna get going here. So the first 2 exercises that we're gonna focus on are a sprinter lunge and a penguin heel touch, which is the core exercise. So for the sprinter lunge, a little bit different. So typically when we lunge back, you'll see I kind of stay centered over the hip there that we're lunging back. You're actually going to come forward and almost get to where chest is coming towards the knee, and then you'll come back up from there. So you're kind of at a much more forward lean. You can do a little touch there. Just make sure, again, you're thinking about hinging at that hip as you come forward and fold versus just rounding, okay? So we're gonna do that. You could progress that as you come down into it, up for a balance. Okay, so we're gonna do half on one side, half on the other, and then the second exercise is that core exercise where we are here, we crunch up, you hold that tension there as you go side to side through the obliques, reaching for your heels. So those are our first 2 exercises. We're gonna hit 3 of each. Okay, you could load the sprinter lunge if you want. I'm gonna say body weight here. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we're gonna stay on that one side. I'll tell you when to switch. So again, you could just come back to center, pushing that hip back to where that chest is coming towards that knee. So it should look like you're a sprinter at the starting line here. Switch legs. So other one, come forward, up out of that. Creak. Should feel this push a little bit more into the butt there. 2, 1. All right, we're gonna go down on the back. So for these heel touches, again, kind of get to where you're lifting up from the shoulders, off the mat, and then going side to side. Just kind of find a place to kind of look up at, or you could look through the knees. And make sure though you're holding up through the belly and we're not just cranking at our neck. Side to side. Keep that lift. A little bit more. Woo! All right. Oh, never thought I'd look forward to legs. Here we go, round 2. So back to that first leg that you did. Again, folding forward in that lunge, kind of almost just tapping back with that other leg, lowering through the front. Again, that's an option to lift that other leg. You could just come back to the center. Go ahead, switch legs. Keep moving through, driving up out of that front leg. All right, we're down on our mats. Get in position. Again, lifting from this top half, locking in, moving side to side. Keep moving through it. It's always good if you start to feel strain, kind of reset, refocus on where we're lifting. Good. You got 5 seconds left. All right, one of each, and we get all new exercises. Here we go, load that first leg. Go down into it, come up. So again, make sure you're still pushing that hip back, chest towards the knee. Go ahead, switch legs. And keep that leg driving down as you come up. Okay, last set on the back. All right, lift and go. Another thing to think about when you lift, kind of breathing out that tension between the hip bones, the belly. You want that to all kind of come together flat. So as you're doing that, so as we lift, think about kind of blowing the air out, keeping that tension. So we're still breathing as we do the exercise. Always being aware of where we should be holding, where we should be feeling things. Okay. All right, guys, shake that off. We're going to go in our next set of exercises. So what we're gonna do is we are going to use our dumbbell for this next exercise. It's a goblet squat with a curl. You could do it with 2 dumbbells, but we're gonna do it with 1. And then we are going to do a crossbody mountain climber with that. So that mountain climber, like regular, but we're gonna cross the knee underneath, and you could add some speed to that. So for our goblet squat to curl, we're gonna hold our dumbbell end to end here. We're gonna take it down. You're gonna hold that bottom, uncurl, come back up out of it. So bottom, curl, back up. You could do that if you had a kettlebell, but if you have a dumbbell, you do want to hold it end to end. And again, if you only have a band that you're working with, you could just do a squat with the band and take out that curl. All right, same deal, 40 seconds of each, 10 seconds to rest. Oops, we don't need that clock. Starting with that squat and curl. Here we go. So tucking into the chest, squat, holding that squat, coming out with that dumbbell, curling. Good, so think about hips dropping into that hole there. Breathe as we move. Good. Body should start to get warm. Whoop. I went a little ahead. All right. We're going to do that crossbody mountain climber. So just like a normal mountain climber, if you need to elevate yourself on a chair or couch to keep that chest on top of those hands, feel free to do so. So we're crossing under. Still keep a little tension through that front. Okay, we don't want to be swiveling too much through the middle. You can add speed. I'm going to try and keep it down. You don't want to hear my feet making a bunch of noise. So, but again, think about driving that knee to the opposite elbow, stationary through the upper body. Good. Let's keep it up. Okay, we are back to that squat with the curl, end to end. Start at the chest, take it down with you, get that bicep curl in there, come back up. So really this bicep curl, I mean, we're working biceps. It's a little distraction while you hold a squat. Keep that full foot gripping the ground. Breathe. Keep working through this. All right, back to those mountain climbers. Square off. Here we go. Climb it out. Keep crossing under. Kind of push that ground away so you get that expansion in the upper back. Wingspan there. It's better on the shoulders. Also good for core engagement with that slight breach through the upper back. Keep it going. Okay. All right. We are back at it one more time. Last set of squats here. Will not be the last lower body exercise though. So remember, we have 5 sections. This is section 2. 3 more. Always just stay focused on these 2 things though. Stay present. Think about the effort you're putting in right now at this exercise. Keep it up. Okay. Cross it out. Underneath. Here. Last set here. Squeaky shoes. Again, think about stacking right on top of those hands. If you start to do this, you're losing all your core. So that's great if it feels good to do it on the ground, feel challenged, but really, if you can get hands here, so maybe hands up on a chair, hands up on a couch to bring yourself in that good alignment, you're gonna be working the core more. So, big thing, I get we love to be awesome and try and do what everybody else is doing, but always check yourself, see what you're feeling, see if form's good, and always find an alternative to keep you there. So you guys are done with those mountain climbers. I'll get off that soapbox about form, and we'll move on to 2 different exercises now. So we're gonna work, we kind of had a bicep curl going. We are gonna work triceps in the next thing, along with glutes. We're gonna do a bridge hold, and then we're gonna pair that with a lateral lunge and a high pull. So again, working with our dumbbell, you want light to moderate for the lunge and moderate to heavier for the skull crusher, depending on what you have access to. So for the skull crusher one, again, we're sticking with holding that dumbbell end to end. You could do 2 dumbbells if you had that option of light to moderate for 2, but we're gonna hold a bridge, okay? And while we're here, we're gonna complete a skull crusher. So bending at the elbows, reaching for the forehead or just slightly behind. So depending on range of motion and stability in that shoulder, you can reach back for a little bit bigger stretch. We're gonna hit that, and then we're gonna do a lateral lunge with a high pull. So this is where if you do have a lighter dumbbell, you wanna go that route. So we'll step into the lateral lunge. As we come out of that, high pull, lead with the elbow, shouldn't look like this, and then back into it. So reaching, coming up and across. Again, if you don't have a dumbbell, you just hit that lateral lunge. So starting with the skull crusher here, okay? So lay back, again, moderate to heavier dumbbell. Here we go. Bridge first, lock those glutes in, bending that dumbbell back towards the head, pushing up towards the ceiling. So again, depending on your stability in your shoulder, you can start to reach back a little bit, get a little bit of stretch through that tricep, but don't lose that glute bridge. Keeping in the glutes, hamstrings, not in the low back. Pushing up. All right, we're gonna hop up into the lateral lunge with the high pull. Switch out the weights if you need to. I'm gonna start going this way. I'm gonna step. So whatever foot you step with, try and keep that toe fairly forward. Sit the hip down, come back, lead with that elbow. Sit the hip down, lead with the elbow. So one leg stays straight. You can lift that toe if you need to for a little flexibility. Let's get one more and then we'll switch directions. So we're gonna go the other way. Sit downwards. 10 seconds. Good, drive off that leg. All right, we're back on our backs. Switch out weights if you need. So glute bridge, again, kind of flat back to start. Push through your feet, squeeze the glutes up, and then add that upper body. Good. So elbows stay kind of pointing towards the ceiling as you bend. Working the back of the arms. And again, we just have that static hold from glutes. Should be about there. Keep going. All right. Back up to that lateral. So you're reaching the opposite arm. So for you, my right leg is stepping, left arm popping up towards the ceiling. You want to keep that dumbbell close, like you're kind of shaving off the front side of your shirt. Looking forward. Breathe as we go through. All right, switch it other way. Good, try and sit low. Again, close to the body with that high pull. Get one more. All right, that was 2 sets. Let's get our third. Itch. All right, lift up and go. Lift. So you'll see you kind of make this straight line from the knees through the hips towards the shoulders here on your bridge. Feet just underneath the knees, toes forward. I always think about the hips reaching up and then also kind of reaching out through my knees. Think about kind of getting long through the top of the leg. And it seems silly, but sometimes just that extra thought, that extra reach or engagement of that muscle really helps feel things more. And then it makes the time go quicker, huh? All right, last set of these laterals. Get ready, step it out, right up the front of the body. Right up. Good, focusing in on that movement. One more and then you're gonna switch other direction. Push. So you got that cross body connection working. A little bit more. Should be your last one here. Okay. Shake that out. We're gonna switch up those 2 exercises. So we got 3 down, we got 2 to go, and remember we have that little bit of finisher at the end. So, next 2 exercises. A little bit of plyometric here. We're gonna kind of lock one leg in, other leg floats. We're gonna go a lateral hop, kind of side to side on that one foot. Now, to take pressure, if that's too much to be on the one leg, you could go 2 feet. Okay, we are gonna have to switch feet halfway. And then if you can't do any kind of impact, you could do just like a light toe tap. It's a little less impact than actually like kind of that vertical hop. So we have the single leg lateral hops, and then we're gonna do 20 alternating plank lifts. So in this plank position, think about kicking that heel up, not arching through the low back, so you don't want to lose that. Keep that tension through the belly. We're gonna lift through that glute for those leg lifts. So we're gonna do that. I said 20, but we're doing it for time, so it doesn't matter. Oh man. All right, so first exercise are those hops. So locking that leg in. Here we go. So side to side. Again, you could do 2. Okay. Hopefully you got a good ground to hop on. All right, switch. Other foot. Just kind of a side to side. A little bit more here. Three, 2, 1. All right, we're down in that plank. So on the forearms, and again, thinking about all this space between shoulders and hips. So tension there, chest above elbows, just alternating, lifting through that heel, feeling glute, and then try not to sway side to side or drop one side out. Keep lifting and kicking. Got it, guys. Coming up on that last 10 seconds right here. Get focused. 2, 1. All right, that's 1. We're back at those hops. So single leg or 2. And if you're starting to lose that side to side, you could take it to a forward back. A little bit easier to a forward and back than side to side. Working like an athlete here. Woo-hoo. All right, switch. Think about being light and floating. Keep going. You got 5 seconds. Okay. All right, back in that plank. So forearms, you also want palms down. So small little things, but it does help the way our shoulder blade gets positioned and some of those little muscles through that shoulder and upper back work. So you do want the palms flat. Good, halfway there. So it's nice when you only have 3 sets of something, you can really just kind of focus in. We're already halfway through these 2 exercises, over halfway now, 2/3, right there. All right, one last set of hops for you. So single or 2, it's okay to make adjustments as you go through. Last set of hops. 7 to 7 to 7. Just write a good song for you. All right, switch. I have 2 little kids, so the only thing that comes to mind, wheels on the bus, I'm a little teapot, itsy bitsy spider. None that I think will motivate you in your workout. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Okay. Last plank. And we can't play music for you because of it'll get flagged and taken down. So hopefully by now, if you've been doing a lot of virtuals, you've kind of learned how to finagle, maybe watching, maybe you're not even listening and unmuted, and then you're just listening to music. Maybe you got the music in addition. Number one thing that matters is that you're moving and you're working hard. It's all that matters. Breathe through, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, we are in that last section. 2 exercises to go for this setup. So next 2 things, we are going to do a variation on a burpee. It is what you would consider a more advanced variation for a burpee. So if you do have a stool or a piece of furniture close by that you could use, I'm going to suggest you do that. I'm going to grab a little chair here. So we're going to do a single leg burpee. By all means, you can do this from the ground. What you're going to do is you're going to come back, hop up on that single leg. So if either you're taller or you lack range of motion, you're going to find that it's hard to get that foot back up underneath you. So that's where just something that you can elevate it a little bit is going to allow you to stay on that foot and kind of rock out that burpee. Other option would be to do a 2-leg burpee. That's fine. Then we're going to pair that with bicycle crunches. So we got our burpees down, then we're going to come here, lifting side to side in those crunches. So here we go. Let's nail these 2 things. Burpees are first. Get ready. So if you're going single leg, I will tell you when we are halfway. Jump optional. We just did all those jumps. Try and stand up on that one leg. Woo. All right, switching legs if you're doing single leg. It's okay if you're doing a 2-leg, just traditional burpee. Trying to give you guys some different stuff here. Ways to challenge your body in different ways. You can get really efficient in one thing, but taking a leg out or other things similar to that gives you different challenges. All right, bicycle crunches. All right, so gear up, stack arms wide. You guys hear me say it a lot. Again, if you've watched enough of these, elbows out, and you're lifting up and over, shoulder to knee. Reaching long with that other leg. Good. Should be about there. Just stay focused. Okay, we're back up. Let's hit those burpees. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So you still want those hips to drop down and back up. Let's work this out here. We got 5 seconds and then we'll switch sides. If you're doing those 2-leg, just keep at it. Okay, switch it up. Whew. Again, try and get that balance on that one leg. All right, lay it on the back. Stack the knees. So you never want your knee to come too far in. You want to allow some space to lift up. Chin up, looking up. Our head goes where our eyes go. Unless you're a parent, then your eyes can see all types of places without your head moving. I just glued my daughter, all right, last set, into the magic of peripheral vision. I said, Mommy can see you out of the corner of my eye. Here we go. So she's amazed by that. She tests it, and I catch her. Woo! There we go, that's real life right here. All right, switch it out. Good. Reach that leg back long. Just a little more, guys. Last set of burpees. Okay, into those bicycles. Last of these. So get it set up. Remember, we still have that finisher. It's gonna be short, hard work, but not long. You'll tackle it. Good, let's finish this one strong though. Think about what we're doing right here. Okay. Oh, nice. So that finisher I told you about. So we have triple extension jumps and a sit-up with rotation. So our core really got the work today. All right. So we're gonna work for 1 minute. We have 10 seconds to rest. We're gonna do 2 of each of these exercises. Oop, going the wrong way. Okay, so triple extension jump, that can be just here to the toes, or you can come up off the toes and give a jump here. Then the second exercise, full sit up with rotation. So digging those heels in, you're gonna sit up, rotate right, left, back down. So like a boxer, right, left, back down. If you need to, you can kind of just lightly pull on the back of those legs to get in that upright position. If you cannot do a full sit up, that's fine. Take it here and let's work the front side through that dead bug. So that's what we're doing. Triple extension jumps are first. 1 full minute of work. If you're ready, I'm ready. Hips go back onto the toes and you can leave the ground. And go back to the toes. Good, follow through all the way up underneath. Remember, you have a minute. Whee! Whee! I'm gonna face you here as my glasses fall down. Good, hips driving. Here's your other option, like a 3-point or a free throw, I guess. Seconds. Keep it going, keep it going. Okay, sit-ups with the twist. Lay it on back. All right, so we're coming all the way up. Right, left, back down. Right, left, back down. Let's finish this strong. Left. Good. Keep tension through that middle as you come up. Try not to round, but reaching the top of the head out as you sit up. Remember, option here, grab hold for a little bit of help, or that dead bug here. Opposite arm and leg stretch long. We're down to our last 20. Keep it up. We're only going to do 1 more of each. Getting close, 5 seconds. Okay. Oh, one more. Up we go. Into those jumps. Again, hips go behind you. Hips come underneath you. Jump is optional. But you focus in here. Even when you have that feeling like you don't want to do it. You don't want to finish. Think about getting to that finish line. How good it feels when we've pushed, we've given it everything we have. All the way to the end. Keep going. Hips back. All the way up. On those toes. Keep going. Check our time. We got 10 seconds. Home stretch. Woo! We got those sit-ups. So, all the way up. Dig those heels in. Right, left. Think about turning the way your shoulders face. And that's where you're turning from. Control back down. We're halfway. Stay with it. Tall, long through the back, the head reaching to the top. 10 seconds. Two, one, done. Awesome job. Nice work. Go ahead, take a few deep breaths. You can always stretch. I like to recover here in that child's pose position. Think about filling that back with the breath, exhaling everything out, allowing that central nervous system to kind of come back down before we just hop up and rush to the next thing. So that chronic stress, chronic high intensity to the central nervous system, not great for us all the time. All right, once you got your breath back, you guys can hit stop, get some water, do whatever you need to do. Thank you guys, and I hope you had a good workout. See you soon.